What's good, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless, and I'm back with yet another reaction. And if you are enjoying these videos, please smash that like and subscribe button for me. This time we are talking about Hozier, the guy from Take Me to Church's latest album called Wasteland, Baby. So let's talk about it. Quite honestly, outside of that one massive song, Take Me to Church, I don't think I have heard a single song from him before. I didn't really want to check out his, project when it came out, or I just really didn't get around to it. Probably because I was pretty burned out by how many times I did actually hear that song. It was a really great song, and I loved it when it first came out, but the millionth time, I was kind of done with it. But it's been quite a while since that last project and since that song, so I decided to give this one a chance, and I have to say, it is pretty good. I was a bit worried when I heard the opening track because it sounded like he was really just trying to rehash and recapture that same magic that he did on Take Me to Church. It had that same gospel-y, powerful, message-driven type of song, and while, again, it was a big hit, a massive hit for him. In fact, I didn't really want to hear a version 2 of that this many years later. And while I do kind of think he sticks to that sound a little bit too much, he does switch it up enough here, and he does offer enough of a variety that doesn't feel like he's just trying to ride the coattails of that one single. But he wears his influences and the people that he kind of looked up to coming into music directly on his sleeve, because a lot of these songs sound like, variations of stuff, specifically like old soul, old gospel, old blues type of music that we have heard from very iconic people. And that kind of left me with an overall feeling from the project was that it wasn't the most original sounding from him or just in general. And while it lacks a little bit in originality and creativity, he more than makes up for it just from the sheer power of his vocals. They have always been impressive, and they've probably been the most impressive part about him as a musician. And he continues that here and doesn't really lose a step, and they feel just as impactful as the first time I heard him. So while I did have that feeling of over familiarity, as in I've already heard the sound and type of music before, I couldn't help but sing along to a lot of the songs, particularly when he bursts into his power hooks, because he sings it with so much passion that it is incredibly infectious. The energy he brings to the song and the music in general is admirable, to say the least, and the production is fantastic. And those two things combined alone makes for an extremely enjoyable listen from front to back. And while he is best known for his more power ballad kind of gospel-y type of songs, my favorite stuff here was definitely his folkier stuff that tapped into, I think, his Irish or Scottish, I can't necessarily remember off the top of my head, kind of background. Songs like Dinner and Diatribes and Would That I really tap into that down-earth kind of homey feel, and I think those were incredible highlights for him, and I would like to actually see him continue more in that direction where it was a bit softer, but of course he couldn't resist still having those incredibly strong hooks. And I actually love that, kind of dynamic where you do get those soft verses and then really loud, powerful hooks, all backed by, more soft, folky type of guitar instrumentation. And it was fantastic. So while I wasn't blown away by any of the originality or lack thereof here, I was blown away by just how well produced and how well put together everything was, and just how enjoyable it was to listen to. And at the end of the day, that's what music is about. And while he didn't really do anything to make him stand out as like an exceptional artist to me, because he does rely heavily on too many tropes and stuff from the past and people that came before him, like iconic people. But he is a fantastic singer and a fantastic performer on the songs. So in that sense, Wasteland Baby was a huge success. But I do think him going down that folkier type of lane in the future would, I think, separate him even more from like this preconceived image I think a lot of people have him, myself included. And I think it would bring a bit more originality to his music. But for those of you that did hear Wasteland Baby, what do you guys think about it? How do you think this compares to his first album? Do you think he showed any real amount of growth from then? Do you think he kind of tried to play in that Take Me to Church lane a bit too much? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to head over to the official site where you can leave your own ratings to this album, other albums, and everything else I react to over there on the site. If you have anything that you personally like me to react to, you can also let me know in the comments down below. And if you like any of the gear I rock in these videos, like this or this, you can also head to the site and grab some for yourself. As always, thank you guys for joining me. And if you're liking these videos, please smash that like and subscribe button for me. I'll be back shortly with more reactions. But until then, I will catch you guys soon. Peace.